We gotta do like Critical Role, just shout things at Steve until it starts.
Here we go. Speaking of which, hey, welcome everyone to One Stop Co-op Shop. We're here with the co-op chat. It's been a little while since we've been able to meet.
Yes, it's my fault mainly. I one of the reasons I went to Colorado, just got back last night, 11:30. We did a big jaunt. We got up at 5:30 in the morning, made it all the way back to Minnesota at 11:30 at night. We made it. I'm here.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. Good to be back. Good to be back. I missed you guys. Haven't seen you guys in a long time. It's always good to be able to chat with you guys in Discord all the time. So that's one of the beauties of it. If other people should join our Discord chat. If you don't know that, we have a great Discord community. We always chat about a lot of fun things. So there we go. There's a plug. How do you like that, Steve? I plugged it real good, didn't I?
You did. You did. It's also free. You don't need to be a Patreon sub or anything. You can just join. It's just out there for chat.
You can always throw me money if you want. I'm not. No, I'm totally
You're plugging everything right now.
That's right.
But yes, welcome. This is Co-op Chat. This is our weekly, as much as we can make it work at least, weekly cooperative game chat. So we talk about various topics. And today's topic is going to be the conclusion of what we started a couple weeks ago, which was best of 2022 so far.
So far.
Yeah.
I missed the last one though. That was which was that? That was the one that you've played, like the ones that might be coming out or something that you played or something. Was that last week?
That was 2 weeks ago. We couldn't meet that last week.
Oh,
I think it was probably 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
That's right. It's 2 weeks ago. Well, I forgot to talk about Rogue Angels at that time. Oh wait, I'm sure you guys already did. So.
We definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was fun talking about the preview games. So this one we're going to talk about release games. So what games have we delivered that are new? And some of these are kind of maybe like new to us almost, but they were delivered in 2022 at least. So
yeah.
Can I throw you a curveball, Steve?
Oh, great! Sure.
Yes, curveball. Wind up throw. Since I missed what we had played or something. There is a new one that I just saw that I just put out on One Stop, I think a couple weeks ago or maybe even a week ago, called Dungeons of Doria. And I thought I'd give my little thoughts on that real quick.
Sure.
It's a really cool, it's like an old school type dungeon crawler, but it has some pretty interesting mechanics I hadn't seen. One is like you can like make bigger rooms by flipping. There's a 4x4, like basically a tile. They're all tiles the same. But sometimes you'll flip them over and be like open rooms. And so these rooms kind of expand and can have like multiple monsters at one point. It has this kind of feel like Sword and Sorcery, where as you're drawing out enemies from the deck, some of them might have powers built into them, which is kind of cool. So I think that makes all the enemies kind of unique. It doesn't have a ton of ability cards that you're going to gain over and over and over and over, and like all of a sudden realize you have powers that you're never going to use or anything. It's just like basically a stat building game. So as you get experience, you just build your stats up, which then allow you to wield more and better gear, which is the whole deal. And they've got like 3 stacks of loot cards this big, just in the prototype. Cool. So I'm interested to see how many there are. But yeah, Dungeons of Doria, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It comes out on Kickstarter, I think, in August. I was impressed with it. I was actually impressed with it. Sometimes I get into Kickstarters, I'm not really know what I'm going to get into, but this one was pretty cool. I really like it.
Cool.
Okay, did I throw a strike or a ball?
No, it's fine. People love hearing about these things we're playing. So, yeah, so we'll jump into release games, and we have a lot of these in the ranking format, but we're not going to do an actual ranking because there's overlap, and we're just going to pick a game, and we're all going to talk about that one game, and if we happen to have it ranked, we'll say what number it's ranked for each of us. So
I didn't rank my games.
You don't have to.
Oh, good, yeah.
How dare you?
Well, you might be able to figure out my ranking just from the games you see there. We'll see.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, but let's go and start. Bairnt, how about you start us off? So you're gonna pick a game on your list, and we'll cover it.
Yeah, well, all right. Well, I was gone for quite a while, so we'll see how this goes. Make me jump right in. All right, what game do I got first, Steve?
What game?
What game
I get to pick it? Oh, I thought you had them all ready to go. Well, the first one that came out, I think that is on that list, would have been in February, and that'd be Lockdown by Nemesis. I believe Nemesis Lockdown came out in February of this year. So that one is the first one I'll talk about. There's not a lot to talk about because I've talked a lot about Nemesis, and I'm sure everybody here has talked a lot about Nemesis. These guys actually did like a play of Nemesis while I was in Colorado, which curses. But I was on vacation, so I couldn't make it. But Nemesis Lockdown is a great game. If you haven't played it, I've done multiple videos on it. You can play it solo, you can play it co-op, you can play it semi-co-op. I think it shines as semi-co-op, co-op. Either way works. I only mostly played a co-op though. It's hard to find the right group, I feel, to do semi-co-op. I've tried it a couple times, but it just fell kind of flat with my groups because they're just not built for that sometimes. Let's see what else. They have a lot of different heroes. You have lots of. It's cool because you can get different factions, and each you can actually just pick up the factions individually. You don't need to have gone all in. When it comes to retail, I have noticed that some of my local stores now they're carrying some of the factions for Nemesis, just the original game. So I'm sure they're going to do that for this game as well. But the Lockdown comes with 2, but you can add in all the stuff from regular Nemesis, which is really awesome. So I haven't actually tried that yet. And of course, the cool thing about it, they do have a campaign again. So, and it is a co-op campaign as opposed to Aftermath, which is a campaign. Co-op. I was like, really? Why would I? If I would have known it's semi-co-op, I might not even have gotten it. But we got it anyway. So I haven't even tried it yet. But the original Nemesis campaign was really cool. If you're interested in seeing the Lockdown campaign, I did it over on my channel. Meet me at the table. If you don't know, I have a channel as well. And so it's over there. I did a few videos of it. And I think we're on going into mission 4 at some point. So if you want to check it out, please do. But Nemesis Lockdown by Awakened Realms, woo, February.
And we talked about it recently because Steve and I played Nemesis that we want to play Lockdown. So Bairnt, you're going to teach us how to play it.
You bet I will, and I will not get it wrong.
I'm curious
Never,
though.
I'll never get anything wrong, so we're good to go.
If you don't mind spoiling for us, between Nemesis and Lockdown, which do you prefer?
Great question, Steve. That's a hard one. I think both of them have their place in this world, and in the world of Nemesis. See how I like that? I like that. I do like that. Mars has a lot of new mechanics, which I think is always. If you haven't played Nemesis before, I think starting with Nemesis is good. But since you've played a ton of Nemesis, Lockdown brought some new mechanics that I think are kind of cool that really make the game unique compared to the original Nemesis. Though it still kept a lot of its core mechanics. But yeah, I like Lockdown.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this one I definitely want to play for sure. I want to compare the two, and I kind of like the different setting of being on a planet as opposed to being in a spaceship. It sounds really neat. And of course with the regular Nemesis, like I said, the biggest thing about the regular Nemesis, the first one, is like it just bleeds themes. There's so much theme in that box, and I'm expecting the same experience here. So cool. Okay, Kanji, you want to pick a game to talk about?
Yeah, I'll talk about a game that I enjoyed very much, Zerywia.
Yeah, let's talk about that one.
So I'll pick that one. Zerywia is by Dominic, who runs Kaliba Publishing. He's a self-publisher, indie dev, and this is his first game that he's creating. It delivered in the EU in 2020, but started delivering, 2021, but started delivering to US, Canada, and our side of the pond in this year. And this game to me it has the things that I really love about games. It has exploration effects. It's an open sandbox place, but you have a directive and a mission to do. So it's not walk around aimlessly and figure stuff out. It's you have a job to do, but as you're doing that job, you can do other things. And what's really cool about it is that in most games, dungeon crawls and your character levels up, and therefore your character, gets new powers, new things. But in Zerywia, your character is already kind of an avatar, but you level up their items. So if you have a weapon or a ritual or an ally that's with you, you go through these story saga cards, and as you complete the sagas, the items that you have level up to their next level, or you get a new item to add to your list that you can use. And so the story itself is deep. There's a really deep story in here that kind of unfolds as you either do your saga cards or your personal saga card, or you just stick straight to the story and walk through the story. And it's all dice based. So as you're rolling dice, you're trying to match to do combat against monsters. You're trying to fight the not take on any taint. You're trying to fight Ugmore or Strabog or just all these different stories that work. And there is a campaign. There are 4 campaigns in the base box. There's the Heart of Strabog. There's Ugmore's Mask. There's a huge, massive sea monster that you have to fight, and then there's the Firstborn that you have to fight. And those campaigns are 4 scenarios per campaign that carry over. And after that, if you're like, well, I still want to play it, is there replayability? There's a mission that is completely replayable, and dungeon delves, new extra content. There's a lot in the box, and I think that it's an amazing game.
I'm confused though. You picked this one, but it's got lots of dice in it.
Yeah.
You and Dice County. What's going on? Right?
I am at the mercy of dice for the rest of my life, so I just gotta lean into the skin.
There you go. There you go.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
No, this one looked really cool. It felt like it was very, very expansive. Like,
yes,
like
yeah, it is. It is. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, when we were talking about this, like, you had to put, like, little markers in the rulebook to try to figure out what pages jump to for different things. There's just, like, a lot going in it, right?
The rule
like
book.
a college textbook.
I will say this, and Dominic, please forgive me. I love you to death. I will say the rule book was a mess. Okay, but he is aware of it. The new rule book that's coming out with the reprint is supposed to have all the fixes. He's actually working with some like the community to make sure that the rule book comes out the way that it should. The rule book has everything you need to play in it. It's just like somebody, took the rules and threw them at the book and wherever landed stick. So it was very disjointed, but I believed in the game. The game had such strong enough a vibe to it that I soldiered through it. Whereas with games like Etherfields, I just stopped playing the game until they fixed the rule book. So, but with this one, the game itself is really solid. If you like games like Hexplore It, you'll like this game. If you like games like anything that has an open sandbox feel, Gloom and Killforth, Mage Knight, you will like this game. Mage Knight is more complicated than this game, but it still screams the same vibe.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And this one you had ranked, right, in your list?
Yes, yeah. On my list, I ranked this as number 3 of my best of 2022.
Cool.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay, let's keep chugging.
What's you got there, man?
What's that?
Come on, give us the non-surprise one first.
No, you saved that.
You saved that, he says.
No, we're saving that, yeah. I'll do one that's probably a bit of a surprise, depending on if you are on a Discord or not. I'm going to jump to this one. So, this game is technically not released in 2022, but my buddy got it in this not too long ago, just a few months ago, because he got the whole painted version. But this is a Company of Heroes.
Is this the one that had a bunch they actually had a bunch of miniatures for this or something? Did I just see something about this one?
A bunch of miniatures. You could say that, like a bajillion miniatures. Yes.
Oh, okay, it has a bajillion miniatures. Good. That's what I thought. I was like, I thought I saw this somewhere.
Yeah, actually, it's currently on Kickstarter right now for the 2nd edition. So they've like rebalanced it, and they've, in my opinion, drastically improved the solo and co-op in this one. But this one is a war game that kind of bridges the divide between something more of a board game feel and a war game feel. So like it has a lot of like board game systems and components and things that if you play a lot of board games you're familiar with, but it also has the war game of your stats and the different factions and stuff like that are in the game. It's actually at the base of this is very, very smooth and clean. This is a very expensive game to get into, so it's going to be a really tough recommend for me for that reason. But I played this once and I instantly loved it. So yeah, I'm back in the 2nd edition for this one. But yeah, it's so how it works is you play teams. So you can play like 2v2, 3v3, 1v1, whatever you want to do. And of course, for solo co-op, how it works is it's basically like a bot. So if you want to play 1v1, you would play solo, the other team would be a bot. Or if you play co-op, it'd be 2v2 with 2 players versus 2 bots. Or if you wanted, you could do like solo 2v2 where I'm playing with a bot against 2 other bots. So there's a lot of flexibility in it. There's a lot of maps, tons of miniatures, and you're upgrading, basically leveling up the experience and buying all your units and trying to take over victory points in various scenarios and maps. And it's really enjoyed this one. This one was a big surprise for me. And this one was my number 4. Number 4 on my list.
Okay. Avis had a question. Says, can you play first edition with second edition rules?
Yes, you can. There's an upgrade pack for it, and I'm trying to think if there's anything that stands out that would be a problem. I don't think so. I think most of it was rebalancing. The few things that were replaced was the co-op, because the co-op mode, it was a generic faction you play against. It was just like an army. But now you can play against the 5 factions in the game. So now you can be like, hey, I want to play as the Germans versus the Soviets, for example, right? And so I could play against a Soviet AI as opposed to a generic AI. So that was replaced, and there's just a lot of balancing and tweaks. But I think it's all. I don't think there's anything that you would have to toss out necessarily, other than that solo co-op components, because they just improved that. So yeah, good question.
Cool.
But yeah, Company of Heroes. Really like this one. Number 4 for me.
Cool.
My turn, huh?
Sure.
Yep.
I think the next one that came out, I'm trying to think of release date order. That's what I'm going with here. I want to say the next one I think was Eila and Something Shiny. I think came out somewhere in this area.
We'll do it.
After lockdown. Eila and Something Shiny made my list. This game rocks. This game is super fun. And you are, just to tell you how awesome this game is, this is probably the only one on the list that Mike and I agree on as being amazing. He's played through this game multiple times and is really a big fan of it. It looks very kid orientated, but you can make this an adult game, or you can keep it a very family friendly game when it comes to the challenge of this game, which is really cool. There are usually 2 different sides to every mission. It even has a semi branching story path where once you get to a certain part in the story, you can go into different directions and gives you a different feel as you play through the game. It is a story game is what this is, kind of a storybook game. You're kind of playing out the story of Eila, which is pretty sweet. I haven't actually gotten all the way through it. I've been playing through it with my kids, and we've been slowly digesting this game. We're on mission 4. There's only 5 missions, or there's 6, something like that. 6 missions, 5 or 6 missions. But like I said, you could go back and play it again. It came with some really cool stuffed animals, or sorry, plushies. My kid would kill me if I didn't call them that. But I don't really know what else to say about this game. I'd say it basically is just a storybook. You kind of play through this story. But it's not a book. It's a bunch of cards that kind of come out, and they either come out randomly or they come out in a set pattern that are going to create choices that you have to make for your character or characters as you play through the game. Like I said, we've really enjoyed it. It's on my list, so it must be good, right? Right? That's my goal. Good games on my list. There we go. Eila Something Shiny. I don't know what else I have to say about this. I know Steve's played a little bit of this game.
I have.
Have you tried this one yet, Nancy?
Oh yeah, I was gonna jump in. I played the demo of this back in the day. I haven't played the release version. Get it, huh? I thought the demo was a big surprise. I was expecting like you said, like this is a kid's game. It's not much to it. I mean, to be fair, the rules are stupid simple. Like actually, the gameplay, it's like pick a card. Do I put this in this pile or that pile, right? But like how they tie the decision space and the story with that simple mechanic, that simple thing you do all the time, it works so well, and it's very enjoyable. It's strange how that all came together. Such a great package. And to your point, Bairnt, the one you said, like there's like 2 modes, like an easy mode and then like a ridiculously hard mode, right? And so that ridiculously hard mode makes it really fun for adults because you have to play super efficiently to even have a chance at winning. So it is, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I didn't know about this game for a very long time, and I think Bairnt, you were the one that brought it to my attention and said, "Hey, did you back this game?" And I was like, "I don't know what this is," but when I looked at it, I was like, "This looks kind of cool." I don't know if this is this might have been a Kickstarter exclusive, so it's probably going to be hard to find. But I've heard nothing but good things about this game, so I if I'm able to find a copy, I'd love to play it.
Yeah, the rules are really easy, like Steve says, and it's interesting is each time you go to the next chapter, it does add in extra rules and new things. So it's not one of those things where it's like, here's the rule book, and then like also next thing you know, you got like 45 pages you got to read. No, it's super like, and by that I don't mean this has 45 pages of rules. It's super simple. Even like every new like chapter just brings like 1 page of rules to you. So it's kind of it's neat how it continues forward with these, which giving you new elements to play with as well. Anyway, that's it. I'm done with that one. Who's next? Oh, and that would be my number. I don't have numbers.
So I'm gonna hop on this one so we can all align. We're all about to align right now, and I'm gonna bring up Stars of Akarios.
I haven't played it. No, I haven't played it.
So Stars of Akarios on my list was number 2 on my list. It is it does a mixture of. So from what I've heard, I haven't played 2 of the 3 of the games I'm about to name. So what I've heard, it's a mixture of Seventh Continent, Madara, and Gloomhaven. I played Madara. I want to forget I played Madara. But anyway, it's a
I'm with you on that one, Steve. I'm with you on that one.
It's a mix of 3. Here's the one with Seventh Continent. When there is the planetary exploration side,
Yep.
You're walking through, rolling dice, trying to get successes to do things. Seventh Continent has that with stars. With Madara, it's the upgradability and the way that you can customize your ship, right? One person isn't a tank. Everyone is pretty much they have a set beginner stat, but as you upgrade your engine, as you upgrade your weapons, as you upgrade your tech, as you get co-pilots, you can build your ship any way you want. And there is a massive deck of these upgrades so that there is a lot of variability in building it up. And it's like Gloomhaven because there are the typical missions that you have, but there's the modifier deck it's the exact same modifier deck, right? Yeah. So you have the modifier deck on your attacks. What makes it different and what makes it cool is the space combat to me. How you face, where you're facing means everything. Turning, moving to a specific thing, getting behind your target, getting next to your target. Just how the AI works in terms of how they have a command line that they follow through to do the attacks that they want to do. All of it is so unique, all backed by, and I'll only talk about the prologue, all backed by a really great story in the prologue that hits the ground running, kicks it off, gets things really it's a really great story to build you into this game so that you can see what's going to happen and the outcome of it. I think this game is. I think this is a great first showing from Games. I've said that multiple times. Is that I believe this is their first game that they've released. Maybe
Yes.
I'm wrong.
Yes, I think that's true.
And Brandon and his crew released a fantastic game with this. It has me super excited for what's to come from this company, like Mythwind that they're coming around, Stone Saga that they're going to be coming out with next. I'm excited for all of it because this is just fabulous.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Bairnt.
That's it. Yep.
Oh, you got it.
Good to go. I don't have anything else to say. Fantastic.
Yeah,
this was my number 1 on my list because it just recently came out.
That's true. Yeah, this is
it
my
was the last
number. Yeah, this one was my number 5 as well. I really like this one. It's quite fun. I think this one is going to climb on my list of enjoyment the more I get into it, because right now we're kind of at the end of the prologue, so I have so much more to play, so much more to see of it. But I want to say that the space combat has been the highlight of everything else in the game. Like the world exploration is cool, it's done well, it's fun, but I like the space combat better than everything else.
Yeah.
Now, I do find the AI is a little weird sometimes in its decision tree and how it works, so there's that, but it's really hard to make a good AI with a tactical space, combat like that, right? Even with, if you played X-Wing with their AI, it's really hard to do a good AI in those types of systems. But this one works. It works. I don't really have any major issues with it, other than it just has some weird things going on with that. But like I said, customizability of the ship, the story is actually it's pretty good actually for written. Like, okay, this is going somewhere. There's some interesting tidbits in it, and I'm having a blast playing with my son, and my son is 7. And the fact that he's able to pick up on it and like correct me on rules when I make rules mistakes, is great. That the game has a really good presence and understandability or learnability that it has worked well for him.
Yes, this is a lot of fun. I played the first 2 missions, maybe 3 missions, and I think Colin's stopping by this week to continue playing. So
Nice.
we are probably going to be hitting a planet pretty soon to really kind of dig into this game. Of course, I've been out for like 2 weeks pretty much, so I haven't had a chance to dig into this game really as much as everybody else has when it's come to Stars of Akarios. But yeah, this game's pretty good. This is on my list of games I like in 2022.
Absolutely.
Only good games. Remember, that's my list.
Thanks, Avis.
All right, Steve.
Dad, you cheated. Your wife taught him well. Yes, exactly.
Right.
Calls me
All right,
out.
Steve, what do you
Calls
got?
me out. Doesn't let me cheat.
What do you got, Steve?
Actually, my quick comment. I made a math error, and he called me out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my second graders called me out on my math. This is really embarrassing.
It's good that he calls you out on it where he's like, hey Dad, you got that wrong. It could be like someone who is a rules lawyer who's like, you suck,
Yeah, that's true.
He's like, oh my god, I'm just playing the game, I'm sorry.
Yep, for sure. Okay, let me jump to another one to talk about. Let's go to this one. So I'm going to talk about kind of a crawler type thing. I'll talk about Sword and Sorcery Ancient Chronicles. And this was on the list because the rest of it was delivered this year. I think, Bairnt, you got the early delivery, or maybe Colin. You guys have your system.
I got this one like way in 2021. Yeah, but I just got the extra stuff just within this year for sure.
Right. Yeah, I got extra stuff. And I just did a stream with our campaign characters doing the arena battle. So the cool thing is you take your dungeon crawl characters, pull them off the storyline, put them in this arena with like pits and traps and spikes and all this flame stuff going around, spinning blades, and have just a massive battle with a bunch of guys. And you do like 3 waves of them and try to see if you can survive the gladiatorial combat and get some awesome loot at the end. So that was really cool to see how that worked. But yeah, this one, I'm a big fan of Sword and Sorcery. I think it's a great game, and this one added a lot to it. It is a game with just everything in it. Like, it's a heavy game with all the rules. Like, there's just a lot of things going on. A lot of like familiars, crafting, fishing's in it, for example. You go fishing at points in the game. Like this whole arena combat, you can pull things out, leveling up trees, AI, stuff like that. So it's becoming more and more. But yeah, this one I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit compared to some other stuff we played. This one actually ranked number 3 for me so far this year. Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I know nothing of Sword and Sorcery.
It's not bad. I like it. It's definitely my top. I know it's definitely top 10. Might even be top 5 dungeon crawlers. If you like, it is like Steve said, pretty rules thick. There's a lot of tokens, a lot of iconography. It's just like any other dungeon crawler, though. If you're playing multiple missions and keep on going, the iconography and the rules and everything, they just start sticking. I mean, when you first start a dungeon crawler, it's usually slow going for the first mission or 2, but then once you start getting to the 3rd, 4th mission, you're like, oh, okay, the guy got stunned. You put stun token on. You know exactly where it is. You know exactly what it's doing. It's not. It doesn't bog down every single mission. So It's just like very similar to other dungeon crawlers in that aspect.
I will say that this one and another dungeon crawler, Madara, they excel at their enemy AI. I think those 2 games have excellent, like top-notch enemy AI for dungeon crawlers.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Cool.
It has a weight of 4.2. Damn.
Yeah, it's not an easy game to get into, but it's worth the effort, sure. So.
Yeah. Especially the second version. It added more tokens and stuff, but also I think it got better overall.
Yeah. This is the
for the Venoms. The Venoms are the worst creation ever that they sadly put in the first 2 missions. They are absolutely the worst mechanic I've ever seen in a dungeon crawler. But besides that, come on, Steve, they're terrible. They're terrible.
I knew you talked about that one because I was
monster. I can't even hit it. All I got to do is just use an action to get rid of it. Oh, I can't attack it. It jumps on me and it does some damage. super glad I got all these neat powers and this awesome weapon. Oh, if I kill one of these nests in front of me, I take damage. What? You put exploding things on your first mission? Okay, that first mission was bad. But on the flip side, in Sword and Sorcery, the original one, a lot of people complained about how tough the first mission was. So I think what they're trying to do is scale it back, but not try to introduce people to this game a little bit easier. Very similar to Gloomhaven. A lot of people said like, "Wow, that first mission I got rocked." I mean, that was very, very common thing said. And when Gloomhaven first came out, when people didn't understand how Gloomhaven played, they've always seemed to lose the first scenario. So I think with Sword and Sorcery, the second one, they've heard a lot of that and came back with like not having a ton of like, a lot of luck-based stuff at the beginning, more just like, hey, let's go through the motions of how you get through these, how you do the mission. So I think that's where the thought process was in the Venoms. Of course, I'm not a game designer and I don't know anything about it, but I'm going to tell you, when you give me a monster that I'm not really able to swing at and it just comes running at me and sticks to me like a face hugger. I mean, first off, that's cool because I like face huggers. But in a game mechanic, and you're supposed to like be able to use your weapons, your spells, and all that. Come on.
Yep. Yeah.
Sword and Sorcery is really good. How'd I do? It didn't help tonight. Not helping the cause, am I, Steve? Do I have it? Yes. Do I have everything Sword and Sorcery? Yes, I do. Do I enjoy Sword and Sorcery? Yes, I do. That's that. So just because I said except that one thing, the Venom thing. Other than that, I like the city thing going through and like doing all the city stuff and everything. It's a good game. I like the game. Okay, Bairnt is going to go to his next game after he did that. What's my next game, Steve? What else do I got on that list?
You can pick whatever you want.
Okay, let's pretend I don't have my list in front of me and just throw one up there.
I can do that for you.
That'd be
How about
great.
we do the Quacks?
Oh, Quacks of Quedlinberg. I got this one from Colin. Colin actually said, you got to get this game, man. You have to play this one. So Winter's House played it with Brent and Monica.
Wait, they got the wrong game? Not the Quacks of Quedlinberg. It's the Quacks of Quack something?
That was the one. Yep, that's the one. I can't pronounce it.
Okay.
No, you're good. Don't worry. The Quacks. We'll call it the Quacks. This one's really cool. This is not a cooperative game. This is a competitive game. So, my family actually has a really good time playing this one. You're building a potion. You do not want your potion to explode. If it explodes, you only get either your victory points or you get money to buy more potion ingredients. More potion ingredients, of course, the more in theory you can make a better potion, a bigger potion, and more points. You want points. The game is points. You need points. So this one's a lot of fun though. It's a push your luck bag building game where you're pulling stuff out of a bag. That's really the heart of the game. The bag building push your luck system. You get to see how other people are doing, and do I grab another token? Because if you get too many of a certain token, your potion explodes, and then you don't get both your points to buy stuff and your victory points. You have to choose, and that can kind of set you back quite a bit sometimes. Always have a lot of fun playing this one. And there's like and you have different ingredients, and depending on, you can always mix and match different ingredients to make them do different things. Just because an ingredient does one thing one game, you can flip the card, and I think there's 3 cards, so there's like 6 different types of the ingredient can do 6 different things, and it works really well. They can play up to 2 to 4 or 5 players, 2 to 5 players, and there's a lot of little expansions you can get for it. And I have the full extravaganza for sure, and it's lots of fun. Recommend this one. It's games. Remember, games that are good. That's my list.
I've never played this game.
You guys have not played it.
Nope.
I've not played
it. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You can be wrong.
What just happened there? It's like, that's okay. You're terrible people.
It's also a competitive game, so a lot of us don't have a lot of people that sit around and be able to play games with every day. So sometimes competitive games are a little bit tougher to get into. With some of the it's a lot easier to drop a solo or a co-op game on a table and just be able to play than try to round up people to be able to play sometimes. I am, like I said, I'm super lucky that Colin lives super close to me, so we usually get together about once a week. We usually play co-ops, but sometimes I think and we try them out.
Yeah, I think like games like this where you, Colin, and other creators like really love this stuff. I look forward to playing these games when we all, if there's ever a time where we can all get together, because I want to see the games that y'all love, whether it's cooperative or competitive, and just like play those to get a sense of it and be like, oh, is this game amazing? And then from your energy, be able to tell that.
That was a highlight for me when I was able to meet Bairnt at his table. That's awesome.
Let's go again. You're gonna do it again.
I'm gonna do it again. Yes.
You're gonna make it happen.
I had to play Madara because it's like, unsurprisingly, no one's heard Bairnt talk about it. It's his like #1 game ever. So.
Well, yeah, but it didn't come out in 2022. Otherwise, okay. So jokes aside, I told them when they originally said we're going to talk about games of 2022. I said, I put #1 is Madara and #2 is Myth. And I said I always
right.
all little bits and pieces of this game every year, so I could always talk about it. But that was a lot.
Look, we ended up talking about it. You won.
Anyway.
I picked up the new encounter book, like the huge, giant, thick 400 and some page book from Madara, and I might have got it this year, so I probably shouldn't be able to talk about it.
But yeah, that ties you into your comment, Canje, about playing games that other people love, because I loved doing it too. It was fun sitting with Bairnt and seeing his enthusiasm, even more enthusiasm, come out for that game. Is that possible? I'm not sure. So, but yes.
And one day I'll get to meet Bairnt in person. One day.
Robin has a good point here.
Yeah. Robin just gave me the green light. That's my wife. She says I'm allowed to go to the co-op con whenever we have it.
That's right.
You guys need to plan your own gaming vacation weekend.
Yep.
I'm about it.
She said, except she accidentally typed in weekend. She meant to type in week.
Nice. Okay, Canje, what you got? Oh, she corrected you. She said weekend. Awesome. Robin, you're amazing.
Yes, she is.
Yep. The next one on my list is Marvel Dice Throne. So Dice Throne is how I'd probably say how you feel about Madara is how I feel about Dice Throne in general. I think this game it's competitive, but it's so fun. It is like amazingly fun when you play this game against. If it's 1v1, it's fun. If it's 2v2, it's fun. If it's free for all, it's fun. No matter how you play it, it is an amazing game put together. I think the characters that are created are great. They're all different in their own, they all have different unique abilities. They're on they did Marvel, but they did a season 1. When season 1 first came out, I went to my local game store. I was new to board gaming, so I went to my local game store and I was like, do you have any other games that are like this? Because I like this. And then they released season 2. I immediately backed that, got everything. I got Dice Throne Adventures. I got Marvel Dice Throne. I'm not doing Santaverse Krampus only because knock it off. But but I think the Marvel one was a nice addition. They were getting on the Marvel hype train. I wish there could have been more characters, but whatever. I think what they have now is still a lot of fun. You can use Marvel Dice Throne in the Dice Throne Adventures world and still enjoy it. This game, if someone said bring a game that you can really quickly teach people and it's going to be a blast playing, I will always grab Dice Throne. This Dice Throne is just amazing.
I have not played this, so I really want to try it out, especially the Marvel version because I'm a sucker for Marvel. But your comment about, I wish there were more characters in this game. I feel like that's a true statement for literally every Marvel game out there.
Yeah, because I would want to. I know, like I said, I know they were capitalizing off the IP, which was fine. But I enjoyed the characters that they created. They're all unique. And just because you said you never played it, next time I'm coming to visit, I'm bringing it all. Colin
has it. I almost backed it, but Colin goes, "No, back it. I've got it all." So okay, no problem. So we've played it together. We played the Dice Throne Adventures. I don't think I've never played the competitive version of the game. But we had a lot of fun with Dice Throne Adventures. If I remember right, these even have like a semi-campaign or a co-op, like isn't there some type of campaignish type thing going on in the Dice Throne Adventures, which is super cool if I remember right. And it's not like super thick and big and heavy like you're saying. It's really a fun, light dice throwing game, which is a lot of fun. I had a blast playing, and I would in a heartbeat. It's one of those games where if it's put in front of me and people are like, "Hey, you want to play this?" I'd be like, "Yes, let's do that."
It's so fun, and the characters are just so varied that it goes well. Ryan, yes, I think that doing a Santa versus Krampus thing is And to me, I think they are. It's kind of what are you doing? Because you have a good game. If you want to tighten adventures or create a season 3 or something else, I'd prefer that over this because it's. I will. If this is the only one I'm going to skip, only because I don't see the point of it. Like,
I haven't looked at the Kickstarter. Does the Kickstarter actually include the other stuff, so like you can get kind of an all-in from the past pledge, or is this strictly this one expansion?
I will have to look and see.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember because
So
when I
if it's
saw
just
it,
one expansion, that's too bad. But it could be like the hey, we got to put out something new so we can put a reprint out. You know what I mean? Since I
which
know
is fine. That makes
Kickstarter sometimes a little
sense.
weird like that. Like in order to do a
Yeah,
reprint, you have to add a little bit more to make it like a new type like Kickstarter or something.
yeah.
I could be wrong.
That would make sense to me if it was just to generate some revenue so they can get the next thing out. But every time Roxley is going to drop a Dice Throne game, other than this one, I'm going to back it because it just keeps building on the fun. This on my list, I believe, was my number 5 game.
Cool. Good.
All right, Steve, what you got?
Okay, I feel like since you brought up a Marvel game,
it's time.
You knew it was coming. Surprising no one.
Because they put it on their list. I didn't even know what your list was, so I knew this was on their list. So I didn't put it on my list.
It should be on your list. It should be on
It is,
everyone's
but
list.
it's on my list as like games that I love to play, but I just didn't put it on the list of games I love to play.
What?
Okay.
Because I knew that you were going to put on your games that I do love to play. So I was like, well, I'm gonna talk about other
Okay.
I
games
feel like you're playing a Jedi mind trick on me right now.
That's right.
So Kanji and I ranked our games. This one was number 1 for both of us. So yeah, so we are both very, very high on this one. We absolutely love this game. I will play it anytime, any day, as long as I'm not working. Kanji.
Every time I message him, and I don't even have to say, "Hey, do you want to play a game?" I just message Steve, say, "MU?" ?
So, but this game, I've got a ton of content on the channel. If you're not familiar with this, go take a look at this one. But this is just real quick. It's super light rules wise. You're playing as Marvel characters trying to take a big bad guy, like every other Marvel game out there, honestly. So, but what sets this one apart is it is very, very fast to play, and it provides good puzzle because each villain plays very differently, and all the characters have their interesting nuances and cooperation. It is a fantastic game. I cannot say enough positives about this one. Go check it out. It is excellent. And I will say though, one note: season 2. I'm confident saying is an improvement over season 1. Absolutely. So if you're like, oh, I want to get into it, but should I go for the original season 1 or season 2? Definitely go season 2. You won't regret it. But if you like season 2 and you want more, then definitely go get season 1. It all works together. It's just that season 2 is improvement.
Yeah, and like for me, I missed both of these Kickstarters. I don't know what happened, but I missed both of these Kickstarters. But Steve has been telling me, he's like, hey, just give it a try. I'll teach you how to play it. And we got on Tabletop Simulator, and within about 5 minutes, I think the first villain we fought was the Juggernaut. And within 5 minutes, I was like, I love this game. I like this game a lot. And then next time I posted on One Stop Co-op Shop, I was like, yes, I am all in on this game. Where someone's like, well, play it more than once. I was like, I've already played it 15 times. I love this game. It's amazing. And when I came to visit you, we played, because I didn't have any of the X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
So when I came to visit you, we played the Sentinels. We played Sinister Six. No, we didn't play Strife. Oh. We played Sinister Six, which made me really love the game even more. Yeah. We played so many other ones of these that I was like, this game is a slam dunk. I have to say, this is my best so far of 2022. It's amazing, and I'm going to Gen Con to look for the rest of it. So hopefully I'll find it there.
I agree.
Good game. I did not pick my list because I knew it'd make all of your list. Now we can talk about 5 games.
Yeah, no, this one's awesome. I am so excited. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little disappointed in the CMON announcement. Like next Kickstarter, like, please be season 3. No, it's
I was a lot of disappointed in that. Even if it wasn't season 3, if they were doing a DMD or something else other than that, I would have been more excited.
Yeah.
But
DMD would be awesome. That's a definitely die for people catching that.
Yeah.
So. Which I played for the first time recently on this channel, so that was a great game.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Okay, we won't talk. We can talk about this more. I know we can, but we'll move on. Bairnt, what you got?
Bairnt, what you got?
What do I got left, Steve?
I believe you have.
Okay, I just want everybody to know that I came home at 11:30 at night last night after driving for 18 hours, and I just typed in 5 games that I'd played in 2022 that are good. And Bardsung, that's right, Bardsung was good. This one's the controversial one. There are a lot of people out there who weren't happy with this game. There are a lot of people that thought this game was really fun. I'm on it's a fun game, but a lot of people say, well, keep on playing it, man. It's going to get repetitive. There's a way to get rid of the repetitiveness, which is out there that I've found. So that doesn't even play a factor anymore. I like this game. I think it's kind of cool that they have all these neat little characters. I like the initiative track is very Madara-like. You shuffle it every turn, you put them out, so you never kind of know how it's all going to transpire. The moving around the board is kind of cool. You basically kind of create your dungeon. I think that's a lot of fun. That was and the characters are all really unique in the way they fight. It's very Sword and Sorcery like, where you're able to get skills and stuff as you go through with experience points. I was excited by the fact that after I was done with the first mission, I was actually powering up some of my characters, so it's not like a slow grind. You are able to like power your guys up. Usually, every chapter you're going through, you're getting more and more powerful. So I think that's kind of cool that it's fast experience system as opposed to like Gloomhaven's a very slow experience gaining system. I think it sits on your table long enough. I don't think it overstays its welcome. It's long enough that and because there's these branching paths which are pretty cool. Like I said, the only drawback to it is sometimes if you're doing the same type of thing, they've like all different types of things: slow crawl, big crawl, like boss battles, time situations where you have to have a certain amount of time to get out of a dungeon and things like this. So I think it's neat to have these different ways of playing it. But if you keep playing the same one quite a bit, I can see the repetitiveness coming. Also, fighting the people say, "Oh, you fight the same monsters." Well, yes, but sometimes the monsters change because now they're the same monster miniature, but the cards make them fight a little bit different. And they have this neat little AI deck that is just a simple go down the list type system, and whatever when it's able to do something, it does it. I think that works pretty quick. The monsters going into D20 system, which I thought I would hate because I did not like it in what was the game that this guy dropped him on the ground. This guy was in it. I forget what it's called. Which one?
Folklore?
No,
no,
not Folklore.
No, he was a monster from. What was he from? It's another D20 system that I really did not enjoy because you didn't get enough actions and you would die instantly if you didn't. It had cube placement for things. Drunagor.
Drunagor.
That game had so much potential, but then that one kind of fell flat. Where Bardsung didn't. Bardsung actually held up. I don't know what made this one different than that one that made me enjoy this one more, but I do enjoy this one. I think it's fun. I honestly will say this when. I got a message from Canje saying I'm putting Bardsung on the shelf because I just got it a day before Stars of Akarios or something. Like I think it was something very similar to that. And I actually messaged and says that is very warranted. Stars of Akarios should hit your table before this does. Because I really think that that's a better game. Is this game bad? No. Is this game fun? Yes. I mean, it's in my collection. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
And my thing was I had Bardsung, but I had to let it go only because and I will stress this, only because it took forever to get to my house. For like people had gotten their game for months and are playing it before it even arrived here. So when it got here, it was pretty late. Stars of Akarios delivered, and now Oathsworn is soon to start delivering. I will not get to this game anytime soon. And to be honest, I was like, someone else in the community can get this to their table, play it, love it, give it the love that it deserves because it looks like a really cool game. It's backed by Foreteller, which I will sing Foreteller praises to the sun.
They do a fantastic job, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, so it's more. I only let it go because I know I won't get to it for a very long time. So
He's going to play it with me when he comes to visit me.
I will. Yeah, Robin said it, right? We could do a board game week, right? That's what she said.
Week, right?
Week. She was saying weekend in the chat. Really, I think she's got the autocorrect on.
So speaking of chat, there's a fun comment I gotta bring up here. So Elaine said, "Okay, I'll say it. I have to resolve 2 major issues for me. Rules of the universe type of thing. I need more time and more money. I like so many of the games you're talking about."
Yep, that's the story of our lives, man. Story of our lives.
I mean, the funny thing is, we're in the same boat as you, to be honest, because like there are games that Canje and Bairnt are playing that I would absolutely love to play, and I just don't have the time or money to do it. And the same thing for them, for me, I'm guessing too. So
yeah,
weekend.
Did she clarify
again? Oh, that's awesome. So I think is that all the games I have, Steve?
I think that's all your games. Yeah, but winding down. I think Canje, you've got one more on your list.
One more. I got one more. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one more too.
Canje, let's rock this thing. We got 7 minutes left.
All right, my next one up is Cartographers. They released a new expansion called the Serrated Coast expansion, which is basically 3 new maps. If you have not played Cartographers, you are missing out. This game is amazingly fun. It's quick. It is 1 to, you see where it says 1 to 100 players? It can be 1 to 1,000 players. And it's still a quick game. This game is amazing. Everything so far, anything that has come out from Thunderworks games that has been in the role player world has been amazingly fun. I did I'm starting to regret suggesting it. I did for one of my I think it was my 700 sub celebration or 800 sub. I did a playthrough with the community on Cartographers. It was a 30-minute game, and it was so much fun seeing everybody's different outcomes of their maps, seeing how everything laid out. This is a fantastic game. It's great for the family. It's great for a massive group, a small group. It does not matter. I think this is one of the top showings from Thunderworks games, and I will be playing this again for my 900 sub stream that's going to be coming up soon, where I'm going to showcase this, and we're going to play it again as a community and have a good time. It is great. I just can't. I'm sorry. This is just an amazing game.
I've heard nothing but good things for this game. I have not played yet. And Canje says we can play it remotely through his live stream. So help me play this game. Go to Kanji's channel and sub so we get the 900 so we can play this together. So there you go.
I've crossed 900, so I just need to schedule it so that I can set up this. When I schedule it, I'll let y'all know. Just come to it. 30 minutes. That's all the time I need from you. Yep. 30 minutes to show you why this game is amazing. Right. The sheets to print out are completely free. You can go to Thunderworks game sites and build your own sheet and just print it out, bring it to the stream, and I will take care of the rest.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Ryan says I could unsub and resub. Does that help? Nice. Okay, cool. Move on to the last one we got on the list.
What you got?
Last one. I absolutely love this game. This wound up being my number 2 on my list. That is Paint the Roses. Fun. This game is fantastic. It Very is fun. Filling a void in my collection that just had there. I guess once I loved. It's a cooperative deduction game. So you're working together to try to put tiles on the board, put clues on it to try to get people to guess your card, and it's all set in Alice in Wonderland theme. So the queen's chasing you on the point tracker. You have to keep ahead of her while also completing the garden. And there's some modules you can throw in there as well. But the cooperation and just the fun that comes out of this game, it's awesome. I love it. You play this one with me, Canje.
Yeah. When I came to visit, you taught me this one. This game's fun. It's a lot of fun. We had me, and Kim had a great time playing this. It was hilarious. It has some really hilarious moments. I would highly recommend this. I think this is a fun group game.
I will say that it is better with more people for sure, and it is not solo compatible. There's no way to play the solo. So just FYI, I know people that comes up every once in a while. Bairnt, have you played this one?
Nope. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched anything on it. I haven't played it. I am in a void when it comes to the painting the roses red. I didn't watch any reviews into it. This one. I have failed you, Steve.
No problem. We will have to play it sometime together because it is really, really fun. Really fun.
Bring it with you next time you come to my table.
Sure, definitely.
We'll play it. It'll be good stuff. I'll make Colin come and play it too.
We do need to schedule kind of like a board game gathering of sorts. That needs to happen at some time this year.
Yeah, Ryan.
Yep, it's called Everybody Sells Their House and Moves Next to Each Other.
Exactly.
Oh, you mean like you sell your house, you and Colin, and y'all move to North Carolina?
Yeah, that's right.
Like you come to Minnesota, yeah, for sure. We'll all just all live in Ohio.
We're in the middle.
Right in the middle. We'll all move to Ohio. We're all become Browns fans. We should say Bagel fans or something.
Yeah, Ryan has comment here, says, that was an awesome time, talk about Paint the Roses, even just watching it. Yeah, the cool thing about this one is it's really great for stream because you can actually participate with us because you see the clues on the board, see the options there, and you can guess with everyone else. It's really fun and how it works. So, and Ryan says, Ohio, perfect. You can guess where he lives.
Somewhere close.
Excellent. But yeah, that is going to end our list for today. There's plenty of things on there for release games.
Yep, now it looks like I'm getting Cartographers. My wife really thinks we should get that game.
Well, I'll do the 900 sub stream for next Sunday.
Okay.
So next Sunday morning, you're Central, right? So it would be 8 your time if you're awake. but 9 my time. Robin, print out the sheet. I will schedule it. I will show you why this game is amazing. I promise you, it's fun. It's fun.
Excellent. Okay, so real quick, do you guys want to say anything you got going on for the channel?
Bairnt, you go first.
No clue.
No problem.
I hope to get. I do now have my goal is to make sure that my painting stuff we're doing every Tuesday is live painting day, so you can always join me when we're painting. I think we're painting upstairs with Akarios again with our Turbo Dork paints. Those are pretty cool. I got some more. I know more, but I want to finish painting my ships, and I've been using those. So Tuesday live painting. Hoping to get to Stars of Akarios again this week. I might even try a live stream of it with Colin. We'll see on Wednesday if it works out. Maybe Thursday. Don't again. No idea what's going to happen. And then other than that, I'm looking through my collection so far. Stars of Akarios, I think, is what's going to hit the table. I want to get through mission 2 and maybe 3. Kind of get to that prologue for people to be able to see. And other than that, I've got games.
Is that what's behind you? I
could play one of these on the channel and see how it goes. I of course. Oh, hey, did I show you what showed up at my doorstep? It was like this huge package.
If it's
Oathsworn, yeah, no.
Oh god, I was like, if you said huge package, if it was gonna be Oathsworn, I was gonna cry on screen.
I really wish I could have made up a mock box, like a pretend, like just glue like pieces of paper around the box, like make it look like Oathsworn. No, I don't have it yet. That'd be really cool if I did though. So no, I don't really have two. I've got. I mean, I have a lot of people asking for how I make my videos, so I want to do a video for that to show the 3 different ways I'm able to create content. Because it's something I really wish people should. I want to show people that anybody can do it, and it's a really fun experience to be able to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And once you kind of get into it and get working on it, it can just keep growing. And it starts with almost nothing, and then you can make it whatever you want. So I really want to make a video about that so people can really see what we do. And then, but when am I gonna do it? I don't know. And of course, I still have my Marvel United game. I'm gonna play with my son sometime this summer that I'm supposed to do. Haven't done that yet. It's July. So it's been too long.
What to do?
So anyway, lots of fun stuff coming my way in theory.
What were you, Canje? What you got?
We'll see now. This guy's probably got it all already figured out. He's got it like all
so tomorrow Stars of Akarios, playing some more of Act 1. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do my 1 hour lunch stream of Darkest Dungeon in preparation for the Darkest Dungeon board game delivery, which is in September now that the timeline has been set to be delivered. But I'm having a good time just for 1 hour playing Darkest Dungeon and then shutting it down. But Tuesday is going to be more Stars of Akarios. Thursday, if Bairnt and Steve are available, if they are both available on Thursday, we can play Nemesis Lockdown. But that's only if they're available.
Discord.
Yeah, that's only if they're available. If not, we'll move it to another time and I'll play something else.
Just for the record, he just announced that now.
I did. This is me.
That's
this is how we talk.
To each other in the cameras.
I love how like this is people are like, oh, he's springing them on them live on chat. No, this is how we talk even on the Discord. It's like, no, we're playing this game, right? Yep, y'all good? Yep. So, but if they're available, I'd like to see about Nemesis Lockdown. If not, I'll play something else. So there's no pressure there. On Friday, Gloomhaven Digital. Saturday is back to One Stop Coopshop chat, and then Sunday I'll do the 900 sub stream so that you all, if you're interested, can pop in and try out Cartographers.
That'll be sweet.
Awesome.
What do you got going, Steve?
What do you got coming up?
I have Monday. I'm going to start the Pandemic Legacy Season 0 campaign. So with Kim. So we're going to do that all live. So you want to join us and have us name things on our board, for example. Whatever you guys say, we'll put it on there. It'll be fun times for the public to join in. I think there's enough time to pass that. Spoilers, it's going to happen. So, Monday, Wednesday, playing Snapship Tactics with the designer. So that is a game that I think it's still on Kickstarter. I'm pretty sure the campaign's still gone. But it's a space combat game where you've got the Snapship, it's kind of like a toy line. You can build your ship and customize your ship on how it works and just battle in space, blow up the other side. So we're going to do the co-op play of that one. And then apparently Thursday I might be doing something.
And if y'all are available, there's no pressure on it. You know that. So if y'all are like, nah, I can't make it, I will play something else.
Speaking of surprising things, Saturday for co-op chat, these guys, because we're gonna all play Davy Jones' Locker. So it's not gonna be a normal chat. We're gonna play a pirate cooperative game where you level up your pirate ship, and in the second act we all fight the Kraken together. It's fully co-op, pirates. And we're going to play with the designer. So it'll be a 4-player game.
Can I shoot at the Kraken and maybe miss and sink Canje?
There's no maybe.
Because that'd be fun. Oh, miss the Kraken. Sorry, your ship went down the floor.
Actually, the funny thing in that game, if you do sink, your crew is actually floating in the ocean, and other ships can go pick them up. So I'm betting Bairnt's just gonna just go on the other side of the board so the crew's like back to the boat. Pick me up!
The lifeboat.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that'll be Saturday morning. So.
Okay, all right. So that's a lot of good stuff coming from all three channels. Bairnt, I bought a Turbodork bundle that they had going recently from watching your channel, so I'm interested to try the Turbo Shift paints out and see how they go.
I'm gonna be using some more on my ships. I'm gonna paint. I got the cool colors. We're gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna do some more on those ships on Tuesday.
And it's gonna be cool. Yeah, I'll be there in chat.
Please do it. It's always a fun time.
Yeah, I do recommend checking out Bairnt's painting chat. It's always fun. Always fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a painter. I just
hang out. We hang out, we talk games, we laugh, we cry, all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Bairnt's the pro. I'm not as good at painting as him, so I enjoy watching it.
Not a pro.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And I guess we'll see everyone at the next stop. Bye-bye, everyone.
Take care, everybody. It's good to see you all. Good to be back. Good to see you.